Also, I wanted to shout out briefly, brought to you in part by Kwamba, Popcorn Bear and Controller, Kalos, Autumn Games, Hidden Variable, SNK. There's a lot of sponsors here at Combo Breaker this weekend, and if you haven't checked them out, highly recommend doing so because they are such great supporters. And there's more Chipotle, InZone, Bandai Namco, Tenno, Victrix, and Gaming Generations. Yeah, this is Blitz, Lucy, and Defiant. So Lucy is really known for how many different characters they play, but they do play a pretty mean Vlov. So Lucy's Vlov is the one in the yellow, and Defiance is the one using the default colors.
Yeah, no button check, nothing. We're just going right into it. I was kind of surprised. I was wondering if the Roa pick would be in here, but we're going all the way into the Vlov territory here. Already keeping up, going into it, gets a little bite, takes a bite out of Crime out there. Kind of getting the touches in there, going back for it, and right back at you. I got fire too. Does not get the connecting flight though, Defiant.
No, that's unfortunate. And then wastes the EX as well. Like, it didn't connect, so why would you go ahead and use that? I'm not sure. But Lucy is an incredibly strong Vlov. Going through with that JB as well, which is a great way to check buttons in the air. Oh, okay, the overhead comes in, but the follow-up misses from Defiant. It seems like they both have really similar ideas.
Yeah.
And play styles, which, yes, it's the same character, but Lucy tends to be a bit more aggressive. Just like this, gets the hit, is able to close out round one.
Yeah, very nice. And you're right there. Defiant, like, they were both like trying to go in there, like throwing out some air fireballs, trying to get in, like trying to like make it so like dare you to like kind of run in forward on the ground or in the air, like to like kind of limit those options here. But looks like Lucy going to continue going on here.
Yeah, uses this nice. This is one of the most basic combos that you can learn on Vlov, but it's a basic combo for 4.4k. It's an incredible amount of damage. Vlov with a lot of health, second most health in the game. So there's a lot to cut through, but when you're Lucy, you're pretty much guaranteed to take this one. And this, not going to close it out because of scaling, but the Moondrive activation comes in. Moondrive comes back from Defiant, though.
All right, going into using the ice, going to chip away little by little, but that's a long way to chip down.
Okay. Oh boy, EX comes in, shielded. Lucy didn't do anything afterwards though, which kept them safe.
Yeah, and that's a good idea too. Like, you don't want to, like, you're so much in the lead here. You got so much time on there. You can play it as safe if you want. Like, you can use this time to kind of research and understand and see what the opponent's doing. However, you get hit by it. You get like a heat activation from both sides here. Lucy like looking to strike.
Yeah, okay, it was just kind of checking there, because there wasn't a lot of health to regen on that. Went ahead and was like, did you press a button? Okay, I'm going to arc drive, that's fine. But Defiant is making their way back here, did build up one bar of Magic Circuit during that. Okay, we've got another Moondrive activation because Lucy activated and had enough, but it's not very long because it wasn't full, so it was only about 10 seconds. Defiant is coming back in ice mode though. If they can... Okay, they're going to use one bar there, an aggressive heat to try and keep Lucy in the corner, but Lucy has heat of their own if they want to use it.
Yeah, 13 seconds. Clock is back on the table here, going like whittling down and going to get it in the end there. A good couple of connected hits there, like leading Defiant to even out the rounds 1-1 here.
The scary thing is now, though, is that Lucy has ice. And they are so aggressive when they have this. And again, there's the JV. There was a recovery there, managed to just run under and switch sides. And the length on the normals on Vlov are so good.
Yeah, there's definitely like some things that happen there. Yeah, you're trying to get in there, trying to catch out with the sword afterwards on that, and like that's one of those combos that you kind of see quite often here. But now we're getting playing the ice game. It's like, I got ice too. Check it out. Mine does get the hit in there. Goes ahead, activates the Moondrive right back at you.
What an air throw! That was such a great reaction on that Moondrive. Way to make that and reset the neutral. Okay, the ice comes out from Lucy, and they're both out of Moon. There's no icons left. Their Magic Circuit is near identical, so they just have to rely on their normals and their reads. What a shield, and then we use the A launcher to start this combo. Can they finish it and take it all the way? Yes, Lucy's gonna take game one.
And that was a really like that was the first real shield interaction we saw in that game too.
Right.
Was basically like kind of going in there and it's like, okay, I'm able to go into the strike there. They're not expecting the shield there. Might as well use the shield A, see where it comes out at the end.
Exactly. Now, from what I know of Lucy and the amount of times that I've seen them play, this was actually probably the most reserved I've ever seen them. There was a lot of patience, there was a lot of waiting, outplay, a lot of respect, because Lucy will often go in very aggressively. So I'm interested to see what adjustments we're going to make in game two.
All right, going into like activating the fire here, a little bit of a backdrop to avoid the jumping attack. Going in right back into you. You're stuck in the corner. However, the shield B to get out of it here still has access to fire afterwards here. Lucy continues on the poke and just on the block strings.
Notice how many more blowback edges Lucy is using, especially the Charge 5C, just trying to open up Defiant, see if they're doing any movements. And this is a great opening for Lucy, going to get at least, okay, going to get 3.4k, that's a significant amount of damage, but Defiant has an unbelievable amount of Vital Source to make up.
All right, catches on that. We're going to go all the way into the corner back here. We're getting into the 3-point, like probably going to, no, only going up with 3.6k on that.
Okay, jumps over all of the fire, jumps again. They're staying in the air to avoid what Defiant is putting out, but Defiant comes in, instead of with an air normal, comes out with the 2C to start this, but Lucy techs out of it. They don't have that full combo. That's unfortunate.
Now, this is a position that Defiant has been in before. It could happen again. Heat activation going into the corner here. Again, trying to like poke out like with those far/normals here.
Oh, okay, that was a safe heat. It worked out. But unfortunately for Defiant, Lucy was able to come up and use that really good dash speed that Vlov has and close out the round.
Okay.
But again, really close. Time was running out.
All right, getting on there, like has access to the ice here. Going back, way back down here, trying to go in. Goes in for the grab afterwards after the tick throw. One more for the road, might as well.
You won't do it again. I dare you to do it again. You won't. Oh,
and
come on.
that's even dangerous, especially with how ice can. Like, you can go back and forth there, like, get you back into throw range at that point.
All right. Starts it off. Good 5B to open it up. The range on Vlov's normals are really good. This is looking great for Defiant, but they just need to close it out. I like that Lucy didn't follow up the shield, but unfortunately Defiant was ready for it. Closes that one out with a great answer to that first round.
Yeah, exactly here. Going back into it, though, round 3, we're back in a similar position that we saw from last time.
Okay, nice start. A throw in response. That's how Defiant started out that one. Okay, the heat came out. Just trying to get some space for Defiant because Vlov is a zoner, is going to be able to get a lot of damage. Oh my god, yeah. Lucy, that little micro dash forward was able to keep that going. Great not to follow it up with another 5V, and then with the Moondrive activation afterwards was able to keep that entire combo safe. Very, very smart.
Yeah, and then one thing, like Defiant activated that the heat activation there, but it was like wasn't able to get a whole lot of health off of that here. But Nick getting a whole lot of damage off of this now with a nice jump and hit here. Get the follow up. Another heat activation happens on here. Kind of.
Oh, they're so patient. Oh god, same idea.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wait, nope, we're in sync.
There, that was so smart. They used the 6 blowback edge for the 6C. That was really great. Because that hits, and that was way closer than I wanted it to be.
And you said a word earlier there, where you said like reserve, like Lucy was just knocking on the tree trunk, just trying to see like it's like can I go in here? Is this
right?
Are we like is this a good way to cut? Is this where I can frame the foundation of my house basically from here?
That was how is this the first game?
This is Combo Breaker. This is how it is. This is like you've got everyone coming in from all over the world, coming here, like wanting, again, once we said burrito winners, wanting to continue to be burrito winners all the way down the line here, coming in here and just like trying to play the best of the best, and that's what we're going to see all the way down the line here today.
I do also want to touch on something that you just said about from all over the world. I mean, obviously, if you were looking at the flags there, we did already have one international match. I do want to highlight later down the line, hopefully we get to have them on stream, but another Melty commentator from France is here in Top 48, Aerisu, who I got to do commentary with for Top 48 at Frosty Faustings. They're an incredible player, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of that international presence as we continue to open up, as we continue to have more opportunities to play each other offline in this incredible environment.
Yeah, and more importantly, getting that information and like kind of like sharing that tech with each other
in
a like more local environment there, and like Aerisu is a Kouma player. Like, and something like how does EU play Kouma differently from the US, for example? So
that is a fantastic question. But if you thought you could escape from Vlov, you were wrong. Welcome to the United States of Vlov. That's how it is here. And we have one of the more notable Vlov players, and there he is. By the way, that's a squeaky toy.
Yeah, yes, it does.
It squeaks, and
adorable.
I love it. This is Akimi, one of the notable Vlov players. She's been playing this character for a very long time. Was one of the top 24 for the U.S. World or the official U.S. qualifiers, and made it all the way into the official U.S. Grand Finals, which was a really exciting run for a lot of the people. Yes.
Yep. All right.
There's her. Does she know?
Oh, that is a excellent question.
That's her VTuber. She's the real life VTuber. Love having her here, and really excited to see what she has learned from this experience. We've been on this patch of Melty Blood since December 15th. We have not had anything new.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. But soon after, we're going to get to some changes. We're going to learn a little bit. But in the meantime...
On the 31st, in fact.
May 31st. Like, check that out for sure on that. But in the meantime, we got ourselves D to the A to the N-O-L here coming from...
I have never heard that, and I'm so happy.
Versus Mario. So it's going to be interesting.
So this is already a change.
A very high-velocity match, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, and DA Noel is not a far cry from Vlov. While she is a lot of setup-based, there are a lot of projectiles. She's a little bit faster. She's got incredible teleports and has some really great moves. But if you're Maigo right now, you are doing a fantastic job.
Right, and that's one thing about it, Mike. There's not a whole lot of Mario players that currently have been playing the character recently, and you got to deal with not only just one nun on the screen. You got to deal with the two that are off screen that can like pop up at any time and like be like forced thrower. Even if you're in midair, if you're like high above there, you're watching the screen. You got to watch the ground at the same time. You
absolutely do. But this is a great setup opportunity for Akimi. Just backing out of there, waiting to see where they can put the nails. And I like that Akimi is checking the nuns, trying to get them out of her way. The Scythe Nun comes out, doesn't get anything from it, but Sword Nun is going to come in and close that one out for Maigo. Yeah, and that's one of those things with Sword Nun, like you can throw out the Sword Nun. It's like, what if I just do it again? She's already all the way out there. I might as well throw it again and get that extra damage. Right, exactly. Okay, spears are coming out. Want to see some adjustments where Akimi gets more of the spear setups from above, especially with the C version, because then you get 3 of them. And then you're going to get the blowback edge combo, the cross through, and finish it out. All right, probably going to end the setup afterwards. Just go there with the 3. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Orbs come out, and that's where you can set up a mix. And instead of something really tricksy, Akimi just went in with a normal button. I like that. Yeah. Maigo is getting hit, though. Yeah, definitely. Like, all the way back into the corner we go. Here, like, recovering just in time, and avoids the heat activation to get additional damage in here. This is pretty big. It's very big. All the way down. Very big. Yeah, I was watching Akimi's bar, and that is 5.1k damage, and a near perfect for Akimi, an incredible answer to what Maigo brought in the first round. It felt like Maigo was so confident coming into this, and as soon as Akimi started the systematic dismantling of the character, they just haven't been able to get hit since. And now that Akimi's challenging them in the air, they're taking away so many tools from Mario. Yeah, notably using a lot of the charge C where it stays up in there, reminding you that it's in the air, like limiting your options there. But getting a hit, Paul goes in there with the 2 below, just goes in for the grab afterwards, sets up another one charge C. Woo! Projectile, and there we go. Nice little perfect for Akimi. Yes, also, I don't know if you noticed, that's her VTuber colors for DA Noel. Oh, yes, so it is. It is definitely her VTuber colors. I love that. Oh my gosh, the round start hit in the air, but Maigo not out of this. Is going to start it off with a nice opener. Akimi is going to block the rest. Sword Nun comes in, just trying to do mixy air movement, and the crossover from Akimi resets a little bit. There we go. Now Akimi gets an opening of her own. All right, yeah, like going in, catches on the jump recovery, going to go all the way back way into the corner here. One more, throws out another projectile here. Activated moon drive, unfortunately, just was already far away on there. Can see, gets a nice little damage. And again, recovery, just getting the nice little up tap there. All right, carried back into the corner though. Akimi techs out. And then the DP into the rest of the combo. A tech out from Maigo though, this is huge. The heat does connect this time. Not going to be a ton of health, but it is going to give them the opportunity to build some of that back. And if they land a hit, there could be an incredible combo coming out. But Akimi is just keeping them in jail. All right, yeah, notably, like, you went for the moon drive pins in there, like, stood up, like, blocked just in time. Just in time on that. Gets in, a nice conversion on the fatal counter. That was incredible. And then you could end this in a super in the arc drive if you wanted to. Not going to. Does the dash back and the moon spears. What's going to happen afterwards? Punch Nun comes out. Sword Nun is challenged. Oh, what a challenge for the heat! You have to watch out for how fast DA Noel is. It's like you think you're safe all the way across. No. No. Can't escape from crossing DA Noel. Yeah, exactly. Good Lord. All right, spears come out. Maigo, it just looks like they don't know what to do anymore. Their movement is a little bit scrambly, they're backdashing. Okay, they did get a hit. When they do get a hit, though, their combos are strong.
Yeah, but like we're seeing that happen right now, all the way into the ground, and notably, finally gets grabbed, and the Chakra Nun coming out to play, and that's getting in the combo. That's the first time they've been able to get the Axe Nun to come out there.
Right, this is really good, but if Akimi gets a chance to recover, no, the grab comes out. I was gonna say, she does have 3 counts of Magic Circuit. That's a lot of recoverable health. The shield, and then the BC for BC as well. And this is exactly the kind of setup that Akimi wants. We're stuck in the corner. Aggressive heat to get started. Moondrive comes out, avoided with the, oh my goodness, there was a lot that happened in that moment. But the DP comes out. Akimi got all of their health back.
Yeah, Maigo's getting a lot of fatal counters, but unfortunately not able to convert on them when they happen.
Oh no, that shield was risky. I don't like it. The only risky I like is you, the sweep.
All right, going in, cancels what goes in back, makes it safe. Punch Nun comes out to play, no can do. Sword Nun gets shielded on that. And we're getting caught all the way back here. And yes, going to continue the combo, has plenty of meter to work with here. If this scales down a little bit, going for one last setup here, shields it.
Oh, the heat. That was a really good time to use that for Maigo. Unfortunately, they're having to spend a lot of time blocking, which means they're not getting their recoverable health back, which is a problem.
14.
They're even 13 seconds. What do we got? Oh, use the moon skill. Okay, the grab comes out. Akimi has built 1 bar of Magic Circuit. Oh, Chakra Nun. Okay.
Yep, we are still alive. Maigo is still in this game.
Why y'all going to time so much? I love Melty Blood.
Yeah,
this is great.
A lot of the games like that we've been seeing, like they've been going to the limit 1-1.
Friendly reminder: you must wear your mask at all times within the event space.
All right, catching on a Punch Nun into the conversion. Going to go into the other corner here.
Wear your mask at all times.
Okay.
In the event space.
DP comes out. Akimi has almost, okay, they did spend 1 bar of Magic Circuit, but I was going to say they almost had 4. Shield comes out and then uses it to get the Nun out of the way. And then dashes into Mario, waits, we tech the throws, excellent. Ooh. Pushing Maigo into the corner now.
All right, like throwing it out there, and like Akimi is just like setting out the pins there, just again limiting those options there, just trying to make Maigo aware and like just scared of that happening there.
Right. Okay. Blocks the rest of the combo. It could have been a big opening for Maigo. Akimi's sitting on there. I was gonna say they're sitting on half of their Moon Drive. They're going to use it now, just try and get an opening here. Maigo, however, is going to get this opening. They have meter to spend if they want to use it, but they're backing off, and now they put themselves in the corner. If they're not careful, they could get opened up. And then the delay on the spears, a really good trap.
Okay, he stands up to block the moon pins. Going in there and just far enough away from the heat activation just to get that KO, and Akimi is going to be moving on the winner's side.
Yes, indeed. Aww, precious.
I know she had that during the Climax of 9, had it over. She brought it over during our top 8, and I got to interview the Vlov plushie while on there. So just having little squeaks in there, it is it's just a really good time. So
it is a really good time. The Melty Blood community is a great community to be a part of. And if you are interested in this game, please check it out. It's on multiple platforms. We've got rollback netcode, and all of the DLC is free.
Yeah, it's all there. You don't have to do anything extra. It's just there waiting for you.
It is there waiting for you, and the community is vibrant. We have a lot of active players. I often play in the middle of the day for my own streams, and I don't struggle to find a match, which is always pretty impressive because I stream middle of the day my time, which is morning Pacific time.
Yeah.
So there is a community to play with, and there are a lot of people who would gladly welcome you into this community as well. But we are not done with high-level players who came out to fight today.
No. We are continuing on into the bracket here. We are going all the way in here. Who do we have coming up here?
Well, I know Rennala is on one side, and I see them already on their Aoko. Rennala has been known to play other characters as well. They did have a DA Noel, but the Aoko has brought them a lot of success. In particular, from their qualifiers in the official US circuit into the top 24 that we had back in December, they found a lot of success on Aoko. They had some really great setups. They've been such a consistent player throughout Melty Blood's lifespan, and I look forward to seeing what they have. We're going to see from them today.
All right, and Rennala's going to be facing off against Gavin, who I believe as a powered CL player from the from Maryland, from that area, from that scene there, I definitely know like during has been winning like a bunch of matches online here, but we're already trying to go in with the Moondrive skill here, and Rennala is keeping control all the way through, getting the follow-up here. Sets it up there, sets up the orb right afterwards here, blocks it on the stage, gets on the shield B, no can do!
No, this is not great. Rennala feels very comfortable here. I like the jump and then the overhead as well into the orb, really well done, great setups. Rennala seems really calm.
Yeah, definitely was just like very, very meticulated in there. Just kind of keeping up. It's like, okay, I just finished my combos, let it go, and like let's see what you do with these setups here. Activate the Moondrive, gets hit by the orb, unfortunately. That's going to lead to even more damage here. Big orb comes out to play, little orb that's coming here to help here and gets hit again. Yeah,
that overhead setup with the cross up and then the orb on the other side. Great thing from Rennala. I like the shield as well. Shielded the blood heat as well. And ends it with a perfect. That has to be one of the fastest matches we've had on stream so far.
That is definitely, absolutely, in our time here, definitely has been on that. And Rennala is just showing a working course. We've been seeing more and more Aoko play happen as that character is going to go on.
Right.
We we definitely had like some especially Evo Japan actually.
Yes. We had, I believe there were 3 Aokos in Evo Japan, and they did incredibly well. And so now that people are starting to see the power of this character, she's getting a lot more play, especially stateside. But Gavin finally getting an opening after that wombo of a first game from Rennala. Rennala hasn't found the opening. The lightning comes out from Gavin, but now we've got the lasers, and that does catch Gavin. This is the opportunity for Rennala to put damage back on that side.
All right, going into like Rennala still like having control here, going back in to set up the orb. This has been a lot of control. Like wait, I do like how Gavin like waited, like it was like probably expecting to shield the orb there, but just waited there for the jump in attack here.
Right.
But unfortunately, still in the corner, still having to deal with this pressure. And we have
okay, that low was really smart from Rennala. Just notice the way that Gavin was blocking, opened up appropriately, does manage to close out, but I did like to see that there was some life from Gavin. That was great.
Yeah, it's going in here, just again, we're kind of keeping distance. That's something that Powered CL has no problem with. Like, definitely has a lot of long-range buttons that can cause trouble. But if you get stopped with the orb on the other hand, and Rennala getting the combo, like getting another hit afterwards here, back into the corner, you go here.
Yes. Okay. That comes out, and then we're going to have... Oh! No, that's unfortunate. Don't drop that, babykins.
Yeah, didn't get the combo in there. Well, had the right idea, though, and going to get a little bit of extra damage here with the pile bunker right afterwards. Use the time to charge up. Make sure that you have Moondrive available here. Has plenty of meter to work with here. As it's going back, like vacuuming a little bit here, keeping up the pressure with the blocks. And sometimes you just gotta fire a laser gun with your fingers.
And what a laser gun that it was. And now we have the same setups. I love that Rennala went in with a throw. They have not done that yet. So smart from Rennala. And the laser comes out. The orbs were there to just create visual confusion. Rennala, clean job, but Gavin had some good ideas, honestly.
Yeah, there was some definitely, like you said, signs of life was recognizing how Rennala wanted to play Aoko.
Right.
And there was trying to get things kind of set up. There was like, I'm going to use the longer range. I'm going to try to avoid there. And if they're going to be using the orb quite a bit, I'm going to try to shield. And if they're trying to like do like a jump and attack afterwards, just trying to kind of take it a little bit easier. And it was working there. If they had like a longer set, probably would have been seeing seeing a different, like a further different result here. But unfortunately, we're 2 out of 3 here.
It is. We are 2 out of 3 for this, so things go fairly quickly. But that does mean that we get to see a lot more matches. And you know what I have seen a lot of today?
What have you seen a lot of?
Neko Arc.
Really? Yeah.
I have seen a lot of Neko Arc. I've seen a lot of Neko Arc plushies. I've seen a lot of Neko Arc cosplays, and none of me is sad about that.
Oh, no, not at all. You have like definitely, I'm sure the Neko Arc theme has been on the stream at some point today.
Actually, so I played a Neko Arc first in my pool.
Really? Now?
And then that Neko Arc came on to stream. Unfortunately, they had to fight Rikir, but they really gave Rikir a tough time. So if you were watching that, it was a great match. Go back and watch the VODs. But also in my second game that I played when I was in my pools, the Neko Arc theme came on.
Oh.
and we were both just going, and it was great. But I wanted to bring that to your attention because there's a really, really large Neko Arc plushie on the stage right now, and it's great.
Do not be scared. The Neko Arc plushie is real. It is being on there. You'll see it potentially very shortly here.
Yes. They better play Neko Arc or I'm going to be real upset.
Yeah, that seems like a misstep. Yeah, there it is. Hello, Neko Arc.
We love the Neko Arc here.
Getting a little round of applause from the audience out there. Shout out to the audience watching.
Yes. Yes. You know what? I love Melty Blood.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I've been so happy to be a part of this community and get to know the players better, get to know the people who are involved better, and there really has never been a better time to get involved in this game and within this community. And I know I'm harping on the community, but it really is great.
This is you know what?
No,
I'm
please,
sure,
is this real? Please let this be real.
I'm sure it's a button check, but I'm happy either way. Wait.
But I want it to be real. Oh, this is button check. Why would you do this to me? I just need you to know that that move is called Sword of Promise Vacuum.
Oh,
I really need you to know that.
Yep. Going into a little bit of an extended test here.
Do esports.
You got to do at least the elbow at least once.
Oh, where's my esports? All right, so that was a button. Wait, no.
Maybe?
Wait, well, one of them is Neko Arc. No.
No.
Well, my disappointment will never, ever be cured, but that's fine.
That's okay. Well, yeah, well, eventually there will be a Neko Arc out there, but it's not to be at the moment.
Not to be at the moment. But they did put the Neko Arc song on, so that will quell some of my sadness.
I'll take that.
If I have to. But we're going to get into it. We have Roa versus Powered Ciel. This is interesting. We don't often see as many Powered Ciels as this, but I'm really liking the character diversity that we've had so far. This is Hyde versus Yui.
Okay, yeah.
Both of them incredibly good players. Hyde has been on Roa for a very long time. Yui does incredibly well in BB Tag as well, but great to see them out here playing the Powered Ciel.
Yeah, definitely going in there. Like, probably will be also playing BB Tag later in the weekend here. But in the meantime, getting the Moondrive into the calling, the lightning down here. Very nice, good start from Yui.
Yeah, excellent start from Yui. Yui, very strong player, incredibly disciplined, just like this. But the heat coming out of Hyde there, and then able to lock down with the lightning that Roa is so well known for, and then using that last bit of heat to get this arc drive.
And that's one of the things, like, you activate heat, you have access to level 3 anytime.
Right.
Like, as long as that meter is still active at that point here. So you might as well use it, get them as much damage as possible.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yui is not working with a lot here. If they can get a safe heat, it would be nice for them because there's a lot of recoverable health on the table. But I don't know if they're going to get that opportunity unless they get the hard knockdown. Nope, they're deciding to go in, just do a little corner smooshing instead. Maybe Yui doesn't need it. I don't know, Moondrive. Yeah, and then Roa is out, and then the BC counter for the shield is going to close it out.
Yeah, very important to do the Moondrive, like the Moondrive to Moondrive activation.
Right.
That 0 frames, like everything's looking normal out. You got to like make a decision after that point there. But getting called by the lightning fatal counter on that moment here.
Woo, that was just out of range.
Okay, catches it again, another fatal counter. Looked like it was in the middle of the air at the moment.
Yes. Yeah, that's a lot of extra damage from the fatal counter. And then another fatal again. Yui is jumping a lot, and Hyde is doing a great job punishing those jumps. Yui has 4 counts of magic circuit, and I really think it's just because they haven't gotten to play in a little bit. So this is an opener for Yui, see what they can do with all of this. They're going to go into the corner here, spend 1 bar for the EX, and now the setup comes out. Oh, the heat.
All right, we're back at it. Doesn't have a lot to work with here, but enough to get out of the corner here. Trying to get it. Catches on the kick in the air. Calling the lightning down. Ooh. Get a little bit of a rush in here. Activate the Moondrive here. Ooh, good shield. However, you're stuck in the corner. Yui's going to get that damage in here.
Yeah, again, 4 bars of magic circuit. What are you going to do with it? Spend 1, get the hard knockdown, safe heat, really smart. Blocks all the incoming from Roa. Hyde being a little bit more aggressive. And just like that, there was a bit of hesitation. Yui takes their turn back. They do have an opportunity to finish. Nope, they ran out of heat. And then the challenge with the launcher from Hyde now coming back out, turning it on its head.
Right, yeah, like that was a nice little run on there, like for the situation there on that. In the meantime, they are trying to call the lightning out, or like jumping out of the way here. Good catch it. Oh, like
fatal
double
counter reversal on both sides. Lightning.
And Hyde has been relying on that lightning a lot, and you can see why. Like, especially like from Yui jumping so often, so very much in there.
Yes.
I was like, I'm going to keep you down. I'm going to make sure that like if you're blocking in there, I'm going to make sure you're in block strings. I'm going to make sure to, again, like what we keep going back to, we're limiting options.
I would also like to point out Hyde already has a medal.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I'm presuming another
intriguing.
Game. I know. Somebody go to Start GG right now and look what Hyde entered and tell me what they won.
Definitely like I don't know, there's been a couple times where I've seen medals I think from previous years also where like being worn by people as well, but getting a stage change here, going into the nice green grass, green fields here.
And Yui doing a nice starter here and challenging that Moondrive activation pretty much immediately. But the slide through comes out from Hyde, granting them an opening opportunity and putting Yui into the corner, which is so advantageous for a character like Roa.
All right, gets into the Moondrive, tries to go for the grab afterwards. Like trades once again on the fatal counters here, and this is kind of like where the area where like Yui can get a lot of damage from the lightning. But however, Hyde relying on the lightning once more again.
Oh my goodness, this is so much damage.
Okay.
All right, nice shield game there. And then the delay afterwards, Hyde chose not to follow it up and was able to cross up, but a fatal counter coming out from Yui. What a challenge.
Yeah, an amazing conversion too on top of that. Going in there, going in for another throw. I love that throw.
I do too. It's one of my favorites. It's not my favorite.
Getting follow up here, looking for a good chance here. This could probably end it. Uses spins the meter to make sure that absolutely happens.
Did you see how Yui is stomping the stage right now? So happy with that victory.
Feeling it.
I mean, and this stage is hollow underneath. It's pretty loud.
Oh yeah, no, you can hear it. You can hear it all the way from where we are right now. Hyde, not deterred though. Going to take away 1/3 of the health there. Get the follow up here. Very realize what's going into shield. Heat activation to get out of what could have been a very bad situation.
Wow. Okay, so Hyde had chosen to do the B counter, came in behind, but Yui BC'd and was able to get out of that situation, and now opening Hyde up. They are feeling that win from the last round. Moondrive comes out challenged with the shield from Hyde.
Yeah, Hyde's been going into that instant air dash on the kick afterwards here. Getting another little bit of a play here. Going all the way into the corner. Still has access to Moondrive at the moment here. Heat activation from Yui's side here. Going to kind of keep you down. Make sure that health does not get restored as much as possible here. One more time.
Yeah, okay, throw. Excellent job. When your opponent is blocking that much, a throw is definitely the right answer. The overhead catches, and it's going to close out that round for Hyde.
Yeah. Definitely Yui's definitely wanting this, definitely feeling on that. Gets a nice little hit there. Follow up, doesn't get the bounce off the wall. Gets a nice fatal counter from the blowback C.
I like this for Yui. This is a good, strong start, especially because there's a ton of recoverable health from it. And that is incredibly advantageous. They're able to block the lightning, but Hyde also not deterred and follows it up with some kicks. Moondrive comes out, techs the throw, shield game. No follow-up, goes in with the low from Hyde. This is really great. They're building up the magic circuit right now. They could, I was going to say they're probably going to spend 1 bar right now, which they do. Gets the hard knockdown back off and goes straight in for the low. The pressure is relentless.
Yeah, continuing on here. Only has a little bit of meter to work with, but trying to go for as much damage as possible. This is going to scale down dramatically, by the way.
So much, but
made at the very last moment, had enough meter to make in the middle of that combo just to spend it all. Might as well spend all the cash, put it all on the table, cash out those chips, get the win.
I mean, that's the thing in Melty Blood. So whereas some games you want to really be reserved with your meter, reserved with your resources, in Melty Blood, that is not the case. In Melty Blood, because of the way that meter gain works and how both Moon and Magic Circuit affect each other, you're able to use that Magic Circuit really frequently, and it's helpful, and it does carry over between your rounds as opposed to some other games, say for example Guilty Gear, where you don't have tension that carries between your rounds. But if you're a newer player or if you just need a refresher, you do get to carry that through, and use that meter because it can completely change the way that you play. If you have your magic circuit, even if it's 1 bar, and you have the potential to get your opponent off of you by using a safe heat, getting them out of your way, you're going to be able to build back some of that vital source, which is the dark blue health that we've been referring to on the top of those health bars. And you could totally change this way a match goes, and we've seen that already in the first 4 matches that we've had today.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's important. Like you got to make sure to spin that, and knowing when to use it in the combos on that. You could save it up. Like you see a lot of early players, especially like it's like, oh, I'm just going to get the big last arc, the big blood moon activation on that, and just going to kind of go from there. But that can work in a Hail Mary situation. But you're going to. Eventually, you're going to get as much meat, like you're going to get that meter back. It's just like you got to just manage your resources at that point. So
exactly, and I mean, you're thinking about, you want that heat, you want that arc drive, that last arc. How many arc drives have we seen that haven't been in heat in our block?
I'm looking back, and I can't think of one. Most of them have been in heat.
Right, most of them have been the end of heat, because if you do have that little bit of heat left, you are able to get an arc drive out, which is great. But using it for an EX to close out with a hard knockdown, get the extra damage, things like that, very, very important. But we have no time to pontificate any further. We have Shiki Tono versus Arc.
Yeah, looks like we got ShadePrince on one side, playing the Arc here.
All right. So ShadePrince on the Arc
versus Ryer, I believe. We'll get a double confirmation on that in a second here.
Exactly.
We're going right into it though. It looks like here. All right, kind of keep him back. Shiki Tono with the knife here. Gets a nice little fatal counter, but no conversion.
Who gave the high schooler a knife?
No. Like what's that you got there? A knife? No.
No, this is okay. Spencer versus ShadePrince.
Spencer, yes.
All right. Now, you know what? We'll get to the important things about Tono in a little bit, but right now, ShadePrince doing an excellent job with this rush down arc pressure. Hard knockdown comes up, and JC, what a button. So nice, we do it twice, to quote my friend St. Cola.
Yes, like as much as that, like there's a reason for that. That button's so good. It's so active, so like a large hitbox there. It just causes a lot of problems for a lot of people.
Yes, it really does. It causes problems for everybody. In-game, out-of-game, doesn't matter.
Yeah, like you go to 7-Eleven, you get like jump C out of it
You
at that
get
point.
jump seat at 7-Eleven. God dang. Okay, so we did get the arc drive there, which is really important for Tono because he gets an entire new move set. All of his double downs are now unlocked. However, because he didn't close out the round with it, he will not carry it through the next round if he wins.
Yeah, like ShadePrince was going into the unblockable setup, realized on Moondrive, realizing that Spencer could react to it, activate a Moondrive on their own, and still was able to maintain control afterwards. Stays on the same side, jump seat again, by the way. Goes into, gets a nice little counter conversion afterwards here.
Right, okay, backdash. Interesting. I'm surprised that Spencer hasn't gone in for the grab, but it doesn't matter, is able to open up ShadePrince, building up 4 bars. I was gonna say, yeah, and
no, missed
it was too high. I was gonna, the idea was great because he was gonna use Boundary Peak again, would have been able to carry those double down moves into the next round, but because he whiffed, you done, son, and you got no meter.
Yeah, and you don't even have enough to activate Moondrive at the moment. Like, it's going to come back very shortly.
Oh, no.
Not like that, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, they did try to use a moon skill there, so they even lost an icon on that.
Right. So it's a very dire situation for at the end of, like, on the one-to-one round here.
No, they're doing too many shields, and ShadePrince is getting the read on it. They're grabbing them out of it. They're able to throw Spencer into the corner, spends 1 bar of magic circuit for the EX hard knockdown. Follow-up, double jump it. We get a heat out of Spencer, able to put Arc into the corner.
All right, trying to jump on the other hand. Spencer getting a chance to, though. Going to get the follow-up here.
Oh my God, do you ever see so many A's in the air?
So many!
Throw the A's in the air like you just don't care. Okay, good follow-up from ShadePrince. So ShadePrince's combos are very solid.
Has access to plenty of meter to work with. Hey, Jalen, what's this move called?
I'm so glad you asked. This move, my friends, is called Melty Blood. And now you know.
Roll credits. Wait, no, don't. No credits. We gotta continue. This is only the second match of the set.
Yes, but if you did want to know that arc drive is called Melty Blood. It is my favorite fact about this game, and I will tell everybody I know until the end of time. So thank you for asking.
Goes in, nice little backdash from Spencer there on there. Getting, I like Spencer's been able to make some conversions and able basically just going in for those basic Shiki Tono combos, and they're just completing them, getting plenty of damage. Good tech from ShadePrince though.
Oh, what an The EX after that fatal gonna give so much damage to ShadePrince. They're not gonna. Spencer's not gonna have a ton of vital source after this as well. They are jumping all over the place. I know that we. This is the game of air footsies, but holy moly, that's a lot of air footsies. JC, my beloved.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of backdashes from Spencer, by the way. Just like
We
trying
are.
to keep outside of that range here.
Oh
the
my
3C!
god! That was so smart from ShadePrince. The thing is, Spencer has really good ideas, but ShadePrince went to the library and checked out Spencer's book and said, I got you.
Yeah, it's like, I know the Dewey Decimal System. I know how this works. I can get there. I can find the research as soon as possible.
Art graduated from high school. Tono's still in it.
Yeah,
Tono's still in high
Tono's
school.
working on it.
Yeah. He's working on his associate's degree after he goes and fights vampires.
Oh, and the...
Oh, what a shield challenge. I liked that idea, and I'm really enjoying the fact that Spencer did not get deterred from that and is able to follow up really effectively. Boundary Peak comes out, gonna have those double down moves now. In particular, double down C, which is really nice, especially to just sort of take up space. There we
nice
go.
low. Doesn't get the conversion,
recovery.
unfortunately.
Oh my goodness, what a whiffed button from ShadePrince. Spencer puts one on the board.
Yeah, so like still has a little bit of meter to work with. Like even though that like activated Boundary Peak to get the extra moves, got a lot of damage on there. Like so has lost it at this point here. But ShadePrince going to get the conversion off that moon skill. Into the corner we go. Say nope.
Da 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 da. Nope. Can't do that. Don't want to get DMCA.
Exactly.
That is fine. This is a really good corner combo. Very solid. I mean, it's 2K, but it's a solid 2K, and it doesn't give you a lot of recoverable health to work with. All right, good blocking comes out. The unblockable, though, and then the throw back into the corner. No way! Let's go!
All right, goes into the combo.
Put him in the box.
Yeah, box, subway, choo-choo, into a phantom dimension. Here we go.
No, he's alive.
It did scale down significantly.
He did. That was so smart. Why did you not heat, my dude? You had the heart. You had a knockdown. Okay, you know what? Maybe you're confident. Okay, all the way into the corner. They can use an EX, which is what they choose to do. Then they get the aggressive heat afterwards.
Oh.
They baited the DP out of ShadePrince. This is going to close it out all the way for no flipping way. That was so good.
Oh my goodness. What, and then like the others like maybe had the confidence and definitely had it there. Was able to realize like, okay, at this point like ShadePrince went for a desperate attempt at a DP there, got the block in there, and it was all Spencer all the way there. We're 1-1 now.
The fact that Spencer didn't die gave him everything he needed to come back. And that was so impressive. What fortitude.
Yes, this is loser side, by the way. Someone is going to go home after the end of this set.
And Spencer, the confidence. The challenge with the DP. And then going to keep this going. Oh, ShadePrince does tech out of it. They have the opportunity for heat. No, you don't because you got unblockable.
Yeah, gets that perfect in range. And suddenly Spencer, where we were talking about, like ShadePrince seems so in control. And this, like the last two rounds especially, Spencer has just like leveled up, it feels like.
Yes, it has. Unfortunately, they got challenged in the air. ShadePrince chose a faster button and was able to challenge the sand. No, it does not work.
Good block, a
What
standing block
blocking?
on that.
And then they challenge with a really delayed A afterwards from Spencer. This is a nice setup. Side switch, challenge again, and then another launch. ShadePrince has not found the answer that is appropriate for that yet. JC, that time Spencer used the Moondrive activation to challenge the JC. I like the adjustments that I'm seeing being made.
Yeah, and again, the JC coming back out to play for ShadePrince here. Going to go all the way into the corner here. Has plenty of meter to work with here. Just going to go into a slam down to the ground here. Goes in for the second jump. It gets the hit, and we're into the final round.
I'm not sure what Spencer thought ShadePrince was going to do, but they went for a grab in that last moment. You could see the lunge forward animation, and that gave ShadePrince the opportunity to close it out. Now, Spencer does have 4 counts of Magic Circuit. ShadePrince is not far behind, but ShadePrince has the opportunity to use Moondrive because they just filled it up to half. And that could be the change they need.
What a clash!
That was an incredible clash. I feel like ShadePrince just mentally recovered first from that.
Yeah, definitely getting into one more. Goes in. Oh, no! Gets away just in time for the blood heat, and this is a critical blow to Spencer here.
This is huge. You're getting nothing from that. As a matter of fact, you are more dead now than when you activated Blood Heat.
Activates Moondrive, did have access to it, as you said earlier here.
Right.
Going to get more damage here.
This is huge. This is actually huge. You can choose to no. not going to spend a bar. Went in for a grab. That gave Spencer the opportunity to dash backwards. Went for the BC instead of the lunge. Hits ShadePrince overhead. Just built up 1 bar. They are in the air. The challenge is coming out. What do we have now? Shield for shield, but no, he ran out. He held shield and he ran out of Moon.
Yeah, and that is the thing that can happen in this game. As soon as you do, it's like where did it go? Where did it go? Where did my powers go? My powers!
What's unfortunate is they have
one that you're on right now here. But regardless of that, looks like we're going into the next match here. It's going to be ScrawtVermillion versus Hardly.
Yes, ScrawtVermillion, notable for as many characters as he's changed and as many characters as he has mastered. This is the Kouma, though. The Kouma has done worlds of wonders. It's what he won the US official grand finals with, and I remember that day I was watching him lab. He was going, Jalen, come here. Watch this combo. It does 6.7k. And I went, excuse me? And he was like, no, I got this. I can totally get this. And since then, Scrot has found an incredible confidence with this character and has made people respect the way he plays, traveling to EVO Japan, falling out a little earlier than he would have liked to, but was able to show off what he can do with this character.
And during that entire time, we just saw a workshop of Kouma things happening on the screen there, ending with Gianjo at the very end. Oh, nice little, not quite a perfect, but very, very close here. And like we're continuing into it, goes into the super armor afterwards here, just take the time.
He just slapped Arc and was like, come at me, I freaking dare you.
It's like, excuse me, did something hit me?
It was but a fly. It was a pest, and you, my friend, are a pest that is exterminated.
We saw Hardly earlier in the pools. Like I was watching a little bit of match, had a really good match against a red Arc player, and well, kind of really a lot of back and forth here. So has the ability, but this again, you're against ScrawtVermillion, who's very much been a trend center as terms of how type Lumina characters have been going.
That is absolutely true. I'm glad that you highlighted that because Scrawt has changed characters pretty frequently. Before this, he was notably on the Mario. Prior to that, was on Hisui, has messed around with Noel some, has Aroa as well, but has found the most success on this Kouma. And as you can see, this time Hardly was able to get some hits in, able to get a few things started. That time they were able to get that invincible reversal with the EX, but unfortunately that was it, and I'm kind of sad about it.
All right, gets a run under, gets a little bit of punish afterwards, but is not able to capitalize on it, and unfortunately ScrawtVermillion is going to show on the fatal counter. It's like, look, I get you back into the corner here. Going to fall into the moon drive, gets the grab, throws you to the ground.
I do want to shout out that Hardly is using the Linne colors for... Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh buddy. I guess they're gonna let that rock.
We'll find out in a second here.
Yeah, we'll find out in a moment if we need to stop this.
Typically, usually, if you pause during the middle of the round, you forfeit that round. In this case, they might be just letting it rock though.
Yeah, you might. Okay, armor active. Do get the EX Edge again. Any follow-up? No, Scrawt is able to tech in the air. There's a little bit of a challenge. Scrawt able to come in with the overhead there. They might have enough to end this with the arc drive if they want to, and they're going to. The command grab comes out, gonna close it out, and that's gonna end it.
Yeah, and that's got to be a little frustrating too, eventually, with when you realize in the middle of the match that your buttons are not all together set up. And I have been there in the past. Especially in this game, you have different options with rapid beat cancels, for example.
That's true.
And they don't go back in there if you're used to one certain section, and they get everything all set up like that. You don't realize it till midway through the match. That's just it's a very hard sinking feeling. So I get that. I understand.
It is, and I mean it's frustrating as your opponent as well, because. Yeah, Scrawt was. I mean, I could see that he was like, "Dude, come on!" But he was just walking by, and he was just. Scrawt was like, "Man, that was the thing." And it does put you in a different mindset. Especially, it would have been pretty devastating for anybody's mindset, but for a player like Scrawt, who does tend to play with their heart on their sleeve, if Hardly had come back and won that, that would have been. It really would have messed. I mean, it would have messed with anybody's head.
Yeah, it's very, especially on a comeback, the comeback potential on that. But what we did see, we ended up seeing Kouma with kind of again, ScrawtVermillion showing the workshop of why this character is to be feared.
Yes, definitely. And we are seeing more people pick up this character as we continue the game's lifespan. Like I said, and I want to come back to this, we've been on this patch since December 15th. Which is a significant amount of time, especially for modern fighting games, where we often will have new patches every 2 to 3 months, and it's been almost 6 since this patch. And people have really had time to dig their teeth and sink their fingers into what we've had to offer and just flesh out more of the characters and what they can do and what they can challenge. And I don't know if that was Kamane's intent, but it's definitely what happened. And I loved that we had so much growth, not just in the characters, but in the competitive life of this scene.
Yeah.
As we've grown and seen how many people have been able to just drag out new ideas from these characters.
Yeah, that I mean, that's to be said. Like we've been seeing like full on character changes and understanding of like how these characters work, even during the middle of the patch, which is not often you see. Usually, as soon as the patch changes on there, you get to see it. But right now, we got Shadowsnake with the Kouma, Rikir with the mash here, and going in forward, and like Shadowsnake, like a player from the Alabama region, like definitely has a lot of strong presence, has done really well in that region here. Glad to see them on the stage here, like representing that region here. But on the front, I have to deal with Rikir, which is one of the, like I would say, one of the best Mash players in in North America. I
would definitely agree. Rikir was in my pool, was the one who was predicted to get out, and actually they were the one who fought the Neko arc on stream, which was really fun to watch. But Rikir, very strong player. Shadowsnake, though, showing that they do understand this matchup and that they are able to get some damage on the board. But Rikir taking advantage of that button that did not work out for Shadowsnake and is able to put one up for this first round.
Yeah, very nice use of the like a lot of matches. V&Bs have like a delayed jump A that you have to do in the middle of it, like and kind of get in there and get for full maximum damage here. But on the other hand, Shadowsnake does have the corner here, going to get the follow up here. Get the grab after, goes into the super armor here, going to make sure that Mash has a lot of moves that do multiple hits on the long run, in there. So you got to make sure that it's if anything sudden would come up there, get it sudden. But however, Rikir is taking control.
I really like seeing strong Mash players because they're so few and far between, and getting to see what you can really do, especially with these dives into the corner. It's so much damage. What a grab, though. Rikir had Shadowsnake in the corner for so long, and then Shadowsnake just went, boop, your turn.
Yep, all right, try to go for the neutral jump. Get in, going for the dive bomb after, going in for the low. Going to continue in that.
All right, the hits come out. Able to keep this challenge going. They've got 2 counts of Magic Circuit. What can you do with it? The Moon Drive activation into the grab, but Rikir was already in the air, was able to avoid it. Excellent neutral jump coming out of Rikir. Already has 1 on the board. Why are these going so fast?
They are,
Risky sweep.
I'm thinking about all the things I can talk about on there. Rikir got onto the other side. Shadowsnake did a really good job. I'm going to go for the grab. Had the right, but the neutral jump, as you said, caused all sorts of problems. Rikir getting that round, getting that match.
Sometimes it's not what you do, it's what you don't do.
Yeah, exactly. All right, getting in with the low jump, low A after that. Follow up here.
Wow, Shadowsnake hasn't been really able to get any hits in at all. They're stuck in this corner. Okay, the shield comes out, and a shield challenge. Shadowsnake is out of that Moondrive activation. This is Rikir's time to go in. They've recognized that as well. Backdash comes out, another shield, and then get a B counter. And finally, a follow-up from Shadowsnake. But Rikir has the opportunity to tech out of it and closes out the next round.
Rikir definitely owns the airspace right now.
Absolutely. Rikir has created a no-fly zone, and you do not have permission to take off.
However, that 2B says, hold on a second here, I have a pass. Going to go in there, going to get by continuing on there. Stays on the same side, goes in for the low afterwards.
All right, dashes out. Shadowsnake does not have any Magic Circuit to speak of. They're building it now, but Rikir, but Shadowsnake does have 4 bars. We traveled all the way into the corner. That dive comes in. What a landing. Can you imagine if you were a plane just...
Yeah, it's like, sorry, I'm just going to avoid all that altogether.
Yeah, okay. Double jump comes out from Shadowsnake. That could have been punished because they were out of air actions, but Rikir did not choose to punish that.
All right, trying to go in for the low, already in the air, and again with the lows, Rikir going to go ahead and get a nice little combo in here, and does have the meter to work for it, goes for the arc.
Oh, the scaling, it's not quite enough. Shadowsnake, if they're able to get this blood heat, I was about to say. Oh, the throw wasn't enough. They've done enough. Just out of range, a neutral jump again, but a launcher comes out from Shadowsnake.
Yeah, was able to shield just at the precise moment here. Going to get in, tries to go in. With the dive bomb afterwards here, Rikir going to be moving on there 2-0 over Shadowsnake.
Shadowsnake was putting up a heck of a fight at the end there, though. I wish it had happened sooner. I really do wish it had happened in game 1, because I think if it had happened in game 1, it would have been totally different.
Yeah, there is definitely a couple things that would happen. Like early on was like kind of testing the water, was going in with the super armor in there, just like was able to get a few hits in there. But again, Rikir was just like, I'm just going to moonskill dive bomb you. I'm going to make that work. I'm going to get the follow-ups afterwards. And you saw that we could go from corner to corner all the way. Like the sky is your limit with MASH.
I feel like that should be the tagline on the side of the
MASH
plane.
Airlines.
The sky is the limit with MASH. Get your tickets today to the Melty Blood Airlines, where we will take you corner to corner free of charge.
That's right. Apply for Sky Miles today.
Tell me you've been flying too much. Telling me you've been flying too much. Anyway.
A lot.
If you saw me get really excited at the beginning of that, Aerisu is up on stream. I will not lie. Aerisu is a wonderful person, and I've enjoyed getting to know them very much. I'm extremely excited that they've done so well in Melty this weekend, that they get to be featured on stream here, coming to us all the way from France.
Yeah, all
the way.
And has a very strong Kouma. You're gonna see more Kouma presence happening here.
I heard the Maiwi in the back. Thank you, whoever you were.
You probably heard it on the microphone even.
Yes, Maiwi. It's so wonderful. If you're not familiar with that, that's some Maiwi. That is something that we do frequently on the Wanted broadcasts, which makes me so happy. And it's just, I've been a part of that over the course of the last couple of months, and getting to know the EU players and the EU commentators and production better has been a fantastic experience. And I'm really glad to see that we're starting to see those players come over here and get to, we get to share that together. And I hope we can get more of us over there too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was watching a lot of the mix-up, like watching the top 8 Melty Blood for that, and I was just having a grand old time. I think Aerisu was actually one of the ones commentating on that. So.
Yeah, Aerisu is also commentating this weekend. I believe they're just doing Rev 2, but if you have not heard him commentate, spectacular commentator, highly recommended. You can go check out those streams. But we're getting back to Melty Blood, where Aerisu does play Kouma, and Tenchi is here with the Akiha. Tenchi been playing Akiha for a long time, very strong Akiha player. But let's see what Aerisu can bring to the table.
All right, already we're seeing that Kouma pressure happening at the very beginning. Going in, keeping him below, all this push block going all the way into the corner, but Tenchi taking control, going in with the low afterwards here. Going to set up the ring, the brilliant wheel.
Yes, gets the hard knockdown, probably. No, went into the dash instead. Interesting, I thought they were going to set up the wheel in the corner, but they didn't. Brilliant wheel comes out again, second brilliant wheel, and then goes in just for the low, gets the wall bounce. But unfortunately for them, Aerisu is now teching out of it. They have a ton of meter to work with, full magic circuit, full heat now too as well. They're going to get so much life back, and now in fact, they outlife Tenchi.
All right, have to block that. It's scary to block the brilliant wheel in the air too, because especially if they're on the ground, that's air you get to deal with all the ground normal air unblockables at that point here. But still, Tenchi managed to go in here, trying to go for a grab, slowly walk up and grab here. Aerisu taking the advantage on that, get the follow up here, going to activate the super armor to keep it extra safe here because the follow heat activation.
Yeah, Tenchi was trying to get Aerisu out of the way. The brilliant wheel comes out, good blocking, and then the B counter, but Tenchi was ready for it, is able to follow it up.
All right, yeah, a lot of back and forth in that last round.
Unbelievable amount. There's such a conversation happening between these two players right now, and I really like that because it's going to really show who adjusts faster. Aeri's much more aggressive this time around. Tenchi is a fairly aggressive player, particularly with setting up the wheels just like that. So if Tenchi is able to get those wheels out more frequently, Aerisu might struggle. But if Aerisu is able to get more of that Kouma pressure more frequently and prevent Tenchi from getting the wheels out, it's going to go in their favor. It's really back and forth.
Okay, got the second hit, the overhead there, but was forced out of there with the heat activation from Aerisu on there. Trying to get, again, we're avoiding it very slowly, but you're still stuck in the block tree. You're still back in this corner gear, and the trades that keep happening between these two.
Yeah, there's a lot of trades happening, and again, they're using buttons that are, appropriate for the situation. Aerisu, The neutral jump was a really smart idea from Tenchi, but unfortunately, Aerisu was able to capitalize and close out that round. So we're 1-1 in the first round. This is actually something that we haven't seen in quite some time because the matches have been going fairly one-sided.
Yeah, there's definitely been like a lot of like back and forth. A lot of it has to do with like Tenchi being able to keep Aerisu down like on the ground, kind of getting these set up in here, just like kind of push you all the way back here, and like setting up the wheel afterwards on there. Get the block BC for BC.
That was a really nice exchange. I like the ideas that these two have. It's so back and forth, like we keep saying. But I do want to highlight the high level of gameplay that we're seeing right now because of this conversation these players are having. Now, able to get that shield out. Aerisu almost has full moon, which means if they chose to moon drive, they'd have 33 seconds of that to work with, which they do. They activate the armor. Heat comes out from Tenchi. There's a lot of recoverable health on the table. And then a Moondrive activation from Tenchi, but waited out so patiently by Aerisu.
Yeah, Tenchi tried to go in for the jump cancel after the Moondrive activation there, just going in and following. The BC hits its mark here. Tenchi has a chance here, going in with the big boot afterwards here, activating the Heat on their own to get a little bit of health back.
Yeah, it was enough though. That's enough to keep them in this game. That was a smart move. BC, Moondrive comes out so that Aerisu can see where Tenchi was. Did not get to close it out, but challenges. You just said the wheel was out.
It was almost out. It was almost there.
Which is important to note because it wasn't there.
Right.
It didn't work.
No, it was too late. Kouma was already in there, hitting, making the life go away there. Where one goes on the board for Aerisu.
I just want to say like that moment where you could see the wheel forming. That moment is where Tenchi was vulnerable, and it was so obvious, and we often don't get to see in slow motion that happen. That was a great moment to be able to highlight.
And that's one of those things, like if there was any other button, like going in for a jump A, it could have been a very different scenario
there.
Oh
my god, the Heat is challenged by Aerisu. It was just not safe. He was right out of that area where he would have gotten blown back. The throw, perfect for Aerisu on this round.
Stay back, defeat going into set point here.
Oh my god, they just ran right at each other. And then round start, we get one grab, the overhead, the back, there was a forward dash, back dash, side switch, ridiculousness. Aerisu is feeling it and is ready to close this out. But can Tenchi get something else on the board? That could have been a start, but unfortunately it wasn't.
Okay, going in, like, again, Tenchi has been really liking going into these wheel setups here, and they've been working for the most part, like, for the block throw until they don't, in this case. But going in, going into low, going in, just get grabbed for the trouble.
It's so unfortunate. Moondrive activation, nothing happens. They're just staring at each other. The Brilliant Wheel comes out, nothing. Aerisu dashes. Okay, we get that low coming out from Akiha. Brilliant Wheel still blocked. And then the air challenge from Aerisu.
Yeah, going to convert that with the 3C afterwards. Kind of trying to bait out any button there. We're like going in with the backdash. Tenchi making the Heat activation safe with the wheel there, but still able to get in and going to get in with that. That's a command grab. Hello.
It is a command grab. That was a really good use of that, especially at the end of the Heat. But it doesn't matter because Aerisu is going to challenge it with that Moon skill. Able to close it out. Aerisu, pop it off on stage. I see you.
Yeah,
and he is so excited.
I mean, this is, I believe, on the winner side, so this is going to go into top 24 happening in there.
That is correct, and so that means we will be seeing them tomorrow afternoon on this stage.
Oh yeah, like I think all of Melty is happening on this stage here. So if you like what you've been seeing before, like seeing with us here, seeing after, you're going to continue seeing that throughout today and tomorrow, alongside all the other amazing games that are happening here at Combo Breaker.
There are a lot of games that are happening at Combo Breaker. In fact, I counted the other day, there are 29 main games. 29!
That's
and
a lot.
That does not include our side tournaments, which is in the upper 30s.
Yeah, that's a whole other spreadsheet right there. There's so many, and there's so many good things to watch like, on that. I'm just glad that you're joining the Melty Blood with us.
I mean, I am too. But as you alluded to before, there are a number of other streams. You can probably see them in the back. So there are 10 different streams happening in this room alone. There is another entire separate room where more streams are happening. There's an upstairs where I'm sure there are more streams happening as well. But we are happy that you're here joining us for Melty Blood here on Team Spooky at Combo Breaker 2023, where we are kicking off Friday with a bang.
Oh yeah, wouldn't have it any other way.
Me neither, it's so great. And if you have not checked out the merch at Combo Breaker, I beg you, please check the merch. You have no idea how many times I'll be on stream with one of my Combo Breaker mugs. Where did you get that Combo Breaker? Did you not read it?
Yeah, it's like it says right here, Combo Breaker.
Yeah, but there are new mugs this year. I definitely bought 2 of those. The flannel that I'm wearing today is part of the new set. The hat that you're wearing. Please go check out all of that merch. It's available now, and it is going fast if you're on site. This was the last small for my shirt. If
you
you're
lucked
not,
out then.
I really did. But enough about the fantastic Combo Maker merch, which you know and love. We are going to get into this next match, which is our resident Tono waiting for Emiya, CG. He at the grand finals that were in December, he actually cosplayed Emiya.
Yeah,
on stream.
I was
it
expecting
really cool.
that again. I'm not going to lie.
But they're against Blaznic, who's an incredible Saber.
All right, and then of course, Saber definitely has access to a lot of different things. Has access to a Rekka that has a low and an overhead you're having to deal with here. But again, you're going to have to deal with the sureness, the power that is Shiki Tono there, being very consistent, very strong.
Right. They're both really respectful, nay hesitant at this moment. So I'm curious how this is going to keep shaping out. Right now, CG getting a bigger opening here. Oh, the neutral jump, that was nice and sneaky. I like it. They're pushing Blaznic into the corner. They're going to, I was going to say they're going to build that 3rd bar of Magic Circuit, but I don't think CG is focusing on getting the boundary peak right now.
Okay, just holds it back on the shield, just blocks the counter B. Get the heat activation, still stuck in the corner here.
Okay.
Nice little backdash here. Gonna get caught on it, but doesn't convert on it afterwards here. Falls up, Moondrive to try to keep their turn. However, the DP says no, and the blowback says even further, no.
Did I mention this was unblockable? Shank. All right, interesting pre-round movement. CG decided not to do anything in that, and Blaznic was just sort of pushing on his frame.
Yeah, both of these players are playing very respectable towards each other. They're they both know that they have long-reaching moves that can just change the momentum in a moment at that point. Going in with the lariat afterwards, and you're going to see that here from Blaznic here, going all the way to the corner. Get the air throw afterwards, stays in there with jump, gets in the hit, but doesn't convert.
No, the throw does come out afterwards for CG. They're able to get that high-low mix getting started into the corner. They could use, I was going to say they could use boundary peak here. You never know with Tonos what their intention is. The shield comes out and then doesn't do anything, goes for a throw for Blaznic, and now the situation is reversed in this corner.
All right, yeah, sets it up. You're still safe afterwards here. Goes in for the dive kick and gets to get the throw afterwards. Just gets a little bit of damage here. Further dive kick. The DP says, again, no.
All right, Blaznic had full moon, so they're going to have 33 seconds of this moon drive, which is a lot to work with. But CG fighting back. There was a brief hesitation from Blaznic, and this is giving CG all the opportunity he needs. Gets a heat that was really good to get that when Saber was so far away, unable to close that gap. Same idea. Oh, Lord, we're in the air. We're down on the ground, back into the corner, and it's like that didn't even matter. But CG able to tech out, unfortunately gets hit by Blaznic.
Yeah, definitely had the right idea there on there, and Lawson was trying to get out of the way on that, but again, got those last 2 hits in there just to get the round 1 and 1 each.
Right, okay. Goes to the toes. Went in for a grab, does CG. Blaznic pushing CG into the corner now.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and just ready to tap with A and A going in there and getting the combo afterwards. Very nice.
Dash back from Blaznic. Goes in for the throw. Successful again. I'm going to say there's probably going to be a throw coming out. I was going to say if this doesn't open him up, but it does. CG just hasn't gotten the opportunity to play the video game that he paid for.
All right, goes into Moondrive activation. However, still stuck in the corner here. Far enough away that the heat activation doesn't matter. The Blaznic was able to get a couple hits in there to finish out the match.
Yeah, it was really strong play from Blaznic. They, like you said, they were both respectful, but some of that seemed borderline hesitant, like I mentioned in the beginning. There's a fine line between being respectful and from being hesitant. And there were moments where CG was far too hesitant, and that's where Blaznic you could see the confidence coming in, especially towards the end of that second round where they were able to get longer combos, more combos, better, strike throw situation, things like that. But CG took a breath. We saw them just on that stream, and is able to get a really strong round start with a solid what's this going to be? 4.2k.
Yeah, 1/3 of that life bar is gone. He does get the shield, gets a little bit of health back from that here. But now you're still stuck in the corner. You're still having to deal with this. Blowback C could come back at any time. Tries this dive kick, just trying to like bring out anything, and gets a tech on afterwards here. Moondrive activation from Blaznic. Going to get a follow-up with the Moon skill.
Yeah, get that hard knockdown. Did the re-jump as well, just trying to see, you know, what CG was going to do. Got to throws him into the opposite corner. Comes in with a look. They're just... Blaznic is really checking the space with their normals to see if CG throws anything out that's punishable, and that's how they're getting so much of this damage onto the table.
Yeah, just a pause, like hyper-delayed shield A counter there. Just going to get the follow-up here, going to use a little bit of the EX bar. It stays a distance a little bit, and there's a heat activation coming back to regain as much health as possible. Yeah,
the unchallenged heat as well. CG did have a brief opportunity there where they could have shielded, but they chose not to. Okay, ooh. Really hesitant coming at each other. Small dashes, short dashes. Neither of them landing anything significant. Opened up briefly with the throw. Overhead comes out, and then the shielded heat for, oh no, you're dead.
Yeah, and we're going back to what we were seeing a lot in the first half of the set. We're seeing a lot of like time running down, like kind of like just a little bit of patient play there. Blaznic getting in there, going into set point though here. A little bit of a dive kick, getting the follow-up, tries to go for another dive kick in on the other side, does get the damage though afterwards.
Yeah, and what I've noticed about CG is another incredibly emotional player, and they'll get to a point where they're either too hesitant or they realize they're being too hesitant and they start to try and be aggressive, and then it just does not work in their favor. Right now they're sitting in the too hesitant camp, and they have not touched Blaznic.
Yeah,
they're just blocking.
They're just trying to see like what is happening there, but they're not able to do anything about it. It's a very conservative form of play.
And what happened was CG was blocking backdash. Where did all the punishes come from? Backdash.
Right. Definitely a lot of things that were happening there. Like wasn't able to go into like the lariat options quite a bit with Tono, like trying to go in like forward, like kind of like closing that space and being able to challenge Saber in those circumstances.
No, I will agree with that, but I will say that the gameplay was hesitant, especially in that last round. It just... Yes, you can down back, and there is an advantage in certain cases in blocking, but when you're just sitting there, you are asking your opponent to grab you. You're asking your opponent to use their options to take advantage of the fact that you are not pushing a button forward.
Right, that is indeed correct. Like there's a like when you're going in there and you're getting just blocked, it's like I don't like there's a unsureness happening there. It's like I don't know what to do. I don't like you may have options in there and it just doesn't feel like anything's working there.
Right.
And especially like with the case, we're in round 2 here. There's been a little bit of a break in between the first round and second round going into this. So the mindset that you had maybe a couple hours ago may have gone away here. You may like be on like doing something different. This is on winner's side, so maybe you're a little bit cold at that point.
That is very, very true. And I mean, we are, what time is it? Let's see. We are at 8:35 Central Standard Time, which means it's 9:30 Eastern, and then so 7:30 Mountain and 6:30 Pacific. But no, wait, 5:30. No, I can't.
Yeah,
5:30.
Yeah.
No. 6:30. I was right the first time.
Talking about
wrong time zones. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm used to.
We went to like a different order.
We did. We went. I'm usually East Coast, so I go back 4. But in any case, that does not matter because what does matter is that we are now in the loser side of top 48. So everybody that we've seen to this point since the break has been, will remain in the bracket for now.
For now. But however, as we go into the loser side, like, you know, things are on the line at this point. Burritos are potentially on the line here at this point.
There are so many. And how was it that we had no Koumas in the first one? And we have had 1, 2, 3, 4 now Koumas coming into this.
It's a regular Kouma convention at this point. So.
We do also have Clim, an incredible player. Been watching them for an incredibly long time. YallEasy, a great player as well on the Kouma. So Clim on that red arc. One of the notable red arcs that we have seen, the other being Raiden, who's from the West Coast, who's not here this weekend.
Yeah, and definitely like you've seen a little bit of arc here, but like definitely has a little bit of differences here with like armor clashes instead of like on a particular hero. But getting in the follow, going in for the lows afterwards here. Gonna get follow up the rings. One
Yes.
more for the road. How about a third one? Why not? Going to use that good in the push in there, but gets hit with an invincible DP afterwards here. BC gets the shielded afterwards here. Gets the fatal counter and does reach in the end. That goes so far.
It does. The advantages that Red Arc has over regular Arc notably are the projectiles, those rings. You're able to get a lot off of those. I mean, it is an entirely separate toolkit, but what she does have is range and a lot of power and some pretty insane mix. Oh, went in for a grab from Clim, but YallEasy starting to get some damage onto the board here. Runs out of Moondrive activation at the end of this combo, and then, whoo, what a brave heat.
Yeah, definitely was like, I want to get out of it. I saw the beginning of that grab happening there. Gonna get follow up. Just gonna get in front. Oh, and there's that armor happening in place there. Like Clim just going all the way through it and going to get a nice little combo afterwards
Ooh,
here.
gosh. Okay, we check those. Comes in, punished, but no follow. I mean, there was supposed to be a follow-up, but it didn't work out. That time the grab in the air from YallEasy. Another grab with the counter. And again, do it a fourth time. Maybe you don't have to. I don't know.
Clim using a lot of YallEasy using a lot of those resources there just to get into the corner. Even though it wouldn't it's gonna scale, you're gonna be down on this this third round without a whole lot of anything in there. But does it matter at this point? You're getting building, you're running under, you're getting extra damage. You're almost a third of that life bar from Clim going out of the way.
Yes, but Clim, not deterred, comes in, following up one ring, and then one ring to rule them all. 4 rings, even better than one, throwing them into the corner. Oh my gosh. They both go for those grabs, and unfortunately for Clim, Kouma's is a little bit better.
Yeah, Clim going in for the throw into the corner. You like Arc, you do get a combo out afterwards here. Going in, and a nice little block from on the super armor following on that, trying to be very careful.
Wow, I'm not sure how YallEasy did that movement, and I think it was just some odd stuff, but it worked out for them. Clim is in the corner again. Clim has 4 bars of magic circuit. Doesn't matter. You did.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of different, even though we're seeing a lot of Koumas right now, we're seeing a lot of different distinctive styles here. YallEasy going in for the run unders afterwards, trying to get some additional setups on there. Definitely happy to go in for the grabs afterwards, but going to get BC countered here. Clim going to get a round, get a nice little start here at the beginning of the round.
That was excellent. 4.2k. I mean, every bit of damage against Kouma counts. Kouma is the highest health character in this game, sitting at 12.3k health. So you want every single bit that you can.
All right, going in for the the charge B, the overhead, and there again. Going to get back into the corner here. Doesn't get any on the ground damage here, but get the hit with this heat activation from that. Goes in for the shield counter A, and this is a good position for Clim to be in.
Yeah, Clim just needs to make sure that they choose the right tools to, close it out. Because in Melty Blood, when you don't close it out, as we have already seen during this block, if you don't close it out, there's a potential that you lose everything.
Yeah, it's just because you didn't get that final hit there, they can heat activation, they can regain all that back. You could lose more damage in the process, actually.
Definitely. YallEasy doing a great job at the start of this round. Oh, the heat just outside of the range. YallEasy is going to take Clim all the way, but
gets caught in the arc though. Was in the air in the middle of that. Got hit with that much possible.
Yeah, that's arrow block.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. And I know this because I've gotten hit by it a lot. Because I was like, I can jump this. No, you can't. Also, that hitbox, even though the fire at the beginning looks short, the hitbox is actually really tall.
Yeah, definitely, you can mispercept that.
And I have repeatedly.
Yeah. All right, going in, gets the the grab there afterwards here. All the way into the corner we go.
This is a great setup for YallEasy. The armor comes out as well. There's so much power from YallEasy's corner right now. The armor activation again. There's a bit of a clash there, but YallEasy is the winner of that clash. The scaling comes out, armor activation again. That's 3 in the last little bit.
And YallEasy just it was basically an assembly line of Kouma damage happening there. It's I'm going to get this damage. I'm going to repeat. I'm going to end that nice tied with a bow, tied with a ribbon there. I'm going to end it with more super armor here. Let's do the process again. Let's do it.
Yes, and do it they did, and it was it was done in such a powerful fashion. I used that word earlier, but there was so much relentless. That's another really great way to say it. And I'm so glad that you highlighted all of the different Koumas we've had and how different they've all been. You have that overwhelming aggression from ScrawtVermillion. You had all of the air, the air control from Aerisu.
Right.
Like one with his name, he was able to get that to happen. And then you had YallEasy, who armor activation after armor activation really had command of the ground game. So as we get further into this bracket, when we get into top 24, when we get into top 8, and there's a strong potential, especially with the number of Koumas and probably Vlovs that we've seen, there are going to be mirror matches, and it's going to be a great way to highlight the differences in what these characters can do and what players can do to bring these characters to life.
Oh, absolutely. That is that's one of those things where like we're trying to get like we're going to be able to like to see that like form, like, and again we're with like different regions coming into play at that point.
Right.
So.
Right. I mean, even in that one, Clim from Canada, YallEasy from the US. But once you pop, the fun don't stop. We are continuing with this top 48, and I've just been having the best time watching all of these matches.
Melty blood.
You know, it's something that I've said after every Melty blood time that I've commentated, that whatever block it is the best Melty I've ever seen. And it just keeps happening. Why does it just keep happening? Melty just gets better and better and better every single time.
Well, I mean, like this is one of those games that came out like closer to the like further down in the pandemic. We were able to finally like kind of get closer and closer together. We're able to share more tech, even out like offline, off the internet at that point, and we're just seeing that like all culminate together in these offline locals. So, not locals, regionals, majors, wherever you may be.
But I don't think you're wrong that it happens in locals first. And if you have not found a community where you can have locals, like, please be the one to create that, because locals are what feeds regionals, are what feeds these majors, are what this is our road to greatness and to sharing what we can to make each other better.
Yes, and like it's one of those things, like if you don't like, it's like, well, I don't know anyone near me. Like sometimes it just takes like bringing a console and like, hey, I'm going to be at a cafe somewhere. I'm just going to be chilling, like invite a couple of friends. Like they see like, oh, you're playing like Melty Blood. What's this game here? And like you get more and more people into it, and that's how you build it. Like it's as simple as that.
It really is as simple as that, and I guarantee you there are resources out there. Please check Discord, Twitter, wherever you want to find those places where you can find your own home and your own community to share the love of fighting games. But sharing the love of fighting games on the screen right now is another
Now you were talking about like Kouma and Vlov, and now we got both of them together for the first time in a single set.
None of me is surprised. But here we are. Gideon, the 209th versus CrippledRoach.
All right.
And I did see both of these playing earlier, both of these players. And what I really noticed right now, and what I noticed then too, is they are both respectful, but when they get a hit, good lord, do they know what they want to do.
Oh yeah, like kind of back, like waiting on that, like to get like a little bit of extra charge on there. Kind of keeping up, trying to catch Gideon on the way down here. Oh!
Moondrive, really nice.
Yeah.
But the jump over from Gideon, very smart, able to capitalize on the recovery from CrippledRoach. Oh yeah, that's not gonna work out for you, buddy. I'm sorry.
All right, gets caught on the jumping, like caught ducking on that part here. Going to get the follow up here. Able to get the heat activation on afterwards here. Gonna throw out that fire and make that carpet.
Yeah. The dash under is interesting because they just went ahead and side switched. Gideon is doing a lot of blocking. I was going to say that you've got to use the double down fire at some point just because of the way that Gideon is blocking. Catches on one hit of the B-Rekka from Vlov, but doesn't matter. Gideon is going to be able to close out the round.
Yeah, there's an interesting thing happening here where like CrippledRoach is trying to get kind of maintain that like mid-ground distance. They are getting a couple of hits in there, but definitely Gideon recognizing that at the very end there was able to get in with the low to finish out the round.
Yeah. Nicely done with that combo. Oh, yeah, that was really smart. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but the Moondrive activation after Gideon avoided the incoming ice was a good idea, but unfortunately didn't pay off. Not for CrippledRoach anyway. Gideon, however, has been paid out, is on his way to the bank.
Yeah, definitely like pushed all the way into the corner, got those lows in here. Going to get another one here. Has plenty of meter to work with here. Like, it does scale down significantly here, but we're going to see here. I'm not going to... Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you're good.
I'm not going to play in those will kill clips. So
I was going to say, Sejam's right over there. You're
Yeah,
just going to be like, hey, Sejam!
Hey, Sejam, come over here. I need an expert.
Will it kill? Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
with the short.
Appreciate it. That's all I needed. Thank you. You can go, Sejam.
No! There can only be one, okay? There can only be one. But Gideon right now, look, I'm going to be honest. If Gideon wins this, that is 1, 2, 3. That will be the 4th Kouma to keep going in top 48.
So like going in, like going from top 48 to top 24, that's a lot. That's a lot of Koumas.
But this is the loser's side. Whoever loses this is out of the tournament, which is stinky, but that is how double elimination works.
Got to have that risk in there to get in the play here. This time, CrippledRoach kind of keeping up, like kind of keeping the distance there, using the fire at bay. Goes in though, gets the grab out afterwards here. Gonna get the follow up, kind of keep the turn here. Pushing away.
I understand the intention after that moon skill with the projectile, but they held the shield. Gideon was already over them. They're able to take the advantage. Gideon is the one who's lower on health right now, but you wouldn't know from the way that they're playing. CrippledRoach is far more reserved.
Yeah, very nice like jump over to get in with the low afterwards. Going to activate that super armor here. Going to keep that turn. And what a wonderful use of heat activation just to get that mark and like the wave into the arc drive finish.
That was really smart. CrippledRoach looked a bit confused in the middle of that as far as their gameplay was going, but they were able to recover and put a round on the board. And what I would really like to see, though, is less of the upper projectile fire, because Gideon has showed that he's not, if he does jump most of the time, it's a lower jump. And CrippledRoach is putting himself in these really vulnerable positions. Okay, that time, good adjustment. You saw that he wasn't in the air. You used the horizontal one. You caught him with the moon drive version, or the moon skill version of that. Then you went into the double downs. That's exactly what I wanted to see for the adjustments.
All right, doing the get off me heat activation in there into the push over for it, but the mash out there from CrippledRoach going to get plenty of damage here.
No, he dropped the end of it. That's unfortunate. CrippledRoach, okay, but that's what I was saying. Don't put that many in the air, my guy. He did get one horizontal one. Gideon got in briefly. Moondrive activation comes out. The Moondrive is challenged immediately from Gideon. Gonna build up 1 bar of magic circuit during this exchange. The side switch was able to capitalize. Now what do we have? Oh, just grabs him out of the shield. Into the corner.
Yeah, gets a wall bounce in there. Going to get a full combo on afterwards here. Going to activate that super armor in there. Gets a little bit of extra damage. It just goes right into the 3C.
That was honestly CrippledRoach's round to lose, and he lost. Sometimes I try to be nice, but if you go back and watch that CrippledRoach, I need you to see what you didn't do, because there were a lot of opportunities that you had, and I want to see more of that. There was a part where it was so clean, but Gideon was making really great decisions. Okay, this could be the comeback potential for CrippledRoach. Yep, sense of void, exactly. I love that. Get your moon icons back, because it's such a great part of Vlov's kit.
Yeah, definitely was keeping at bay. However, like Gideon, able to get in there, kind of going in with the low jumps afterwards here, and activating the super armor into BC, into the clutch afterwards. Moon skill from CrippledRoach, take the corner right back, misses again on the combo though.
Okay, sometimes what happens is you'll hit that and the JC doesn't come out because of the way that you did the double downs. That was good recovery from CrippledRoach, but that I could tell that's what he was trying to do, because that combo, you use a charged JC in it. And sometimes it just works well. You'll jump and you don't get anything, and it's just devastating. So we do have 1-1, which is actually the first 1-1 that we've seen since,
in a little bit, for sure.
Since we went to break.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Everything
so
has been a 2-0.
Yeah, and a lot of the rounds at CrippledRoach has been having to depend on spinning as much meter as possible on that, just to get both of those rounds, round 1 were with arc drive finish at the end.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, that was really risky with the moon skill in that air from CrippledRoach. But it was a great starter for him. Unfortunately, Gideon is now taking their turn back. But fortunately for CrippledRoach, that EX did not work for Kouma.
Yeah, definitely got caught in the like in the air here. Going to charge up a little bit, try to get a little bit of moon meter back here. And again, we're going in for the low fireballs, going into the carpet. The floor is lava.
It is, and Gideon lost the game. He lost the game of floor is lava.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
You
wow.
gotta get on the couch.
That was such an early use of the Moondrive activation. CrippledRoach is trying to close this out quickly. They're just being threatening. That's what I wanted to see, though. Those are the adjustments. They were being so hesitant, and now they aren't. And I really like seeing that. So, CrippledRoach, if you go back and watch this one, good job on those adjustments. I'm proud of you, dude.
Yeah, definitely like letting the Blood Moon realize like it's still early in the round here. I don't need to deal with it. I do not need to make unnecessary risks happen here. Kind of keeping at bay here. On the gets in with get the launch afterwards here.
Okay, what are we gonna get after? Okay, he let it drop so that he could switch sides. It seems like CrippledRoach is actually more confident on player 2 side and is actively making that adjustment. He was trying to go for that Rekka, and it didn't work out. It's unfortunate, but I like the idea. Gideon coming back into this, trying to even this up.
All right, we're back in the corner here. Like, yeah, definitely got the heat activation out here, and just,
That's gonna close it.
They're closing the round here. What we were seeing before here, like CrippledRoach actually being able to like convert and make that happen at the end there. Very nice.
I am so glad, though. I mean, I was actually really disheartened with that one round that it just seemed like they were being so hesitant. They were just making every choice was the wrong choice. And then they got the opportunity to breathe, to think, and came back. And that's exactly what you want to see is people who can actively reflect. If you're that kind of player who can take the time to reflect, go, this is what I did. Great, let's be in the moment. Sometimes there are players who will reflect too actively, and then you're living in the past and you're not fighting in that current moment, and you're making different decisions that aren't happening. But what CrippledRoach was able to do on those adjustments was really well done, and I'm very glad that we got to see that sort of character arc happen in just 3 games.
Yeah, and like that, it's a two-way street too. Like, especially like when you start like gaining that momentum, like it becomes on the other end. It's like, oh, it's like you gotta reciprocate. You gotta make sure like what is happening on there to kind of like balance it out there, and like was not able to make it happen at the end.
Yeah, wow, that is a really cool controller.
That is that's a lot of buttons. That's a lot of keys.
It is a lot of keys. I've been enjoying seeing the number of different controllers that people are choosing to use. It's just, you know, what a great time to be a fighting game player when you have all these opportunities. You want to play plaid, play plaid. You want to play on stick, play on stick. You want to play on leverless controller, do that. I mean, there's just so many different options that you have. And it's always fun to come to these events and see like what stick art people have.
Oh yeah.
And you know what people. Yeah, let's zoom in on that. That is really fun.
Can we get a key sound? Can we get a? I need to hear ka-chunk those keys make because they look like they ka-chunk very good.
They look like they ka-chunk good.
I mean, like that's what happens. Like, start looking into mechanical keyboards and like for like all the different switches on that, and you get sometimes you just go too deep. It's too. I went too deep.
Never go too deep. All right, so this is a button check. We're just seeing where we are. It is a thing that you are allowed to do. So
yeah, always good to get those buttons checked down there, especially with when you're having to deal with like either multiple buttons or making sure your macros are in order on that. So this looks like it probably will be Mordred versus Kikoho.
Okay, so we do have Roa versus Redark, which is interesting because they both operate at very similar ranges.
Yes, they kind of go in through there Roa definitely has like a dash in there, can call the lightning in there, and Redark has a lot of like long-reaching buttons in there that can kind of fire off, and especially being able to control the projectile in the air, being able to throw one and throw a second one, and like kind of be able to control that back and forth, like kind of maintain all that. And already, this is on the DP though, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you know, Redark has those rings, is able to close it. Redark does have a little bit of advantage with the distance on the projectiles, but if Mordred is able to get something going, then it should be fine. Kikoho, though, showing a lot of power. Getting out of that lightning range, gets the throw and the follow-up as well. Excellently done with a perfect to start. Incredibly strong.
Yeah, nice use of that on-the-ground damage on afterwards on that. Just a very strong round from Kikoho.
Okay, rings coming out. Yep, lightning catches again. What incredible confirms the awareness that they have when they get it confirmed. Kikoho does a great job following up. But Mordred actually able to get some damage. Never mind, Kikoho is back.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too, because like being able to actually convert, especially like in the middle of the midair, like going into jump cancels from those moon skills, like we just saw right there, like that's the difference between like what makes a round like yours and not, and that was definitely Kikoho's match all the way through.
It was. Oh, I wanted to see that intro again. That is a very character-specific intro, and that was really cool to see. I like seeing the character interactions that this game has. There's so much lore for this game.
Oh yeah.
All right, trying to trap Kikoho into the corner, not deterred, takes the throw. Really nicely done. The Moondrive activation does come out, but Kikoho, again, not deterred is the name of the game. The rings come out, shield, just blocks low, waits it out. What patience.
All right, going back in there, like kind of slowing back in there, like just heat activate, just get out of the corner a little bit. Yeah, going forward, that goes all the way screen, and you can convert on that off the wall afterwards.
Yes, this is a thing. The throw comes out afterwards. Okay, Moondrive, so smart. BC, oh, you got a one-way ticket on the BC Express,
Yeah.
and we are going to the other corner. Hard knockdown comes out after this EX edge. Then I'm holding my breath. What's the follow-up? The rings come out. Ooh, brief dash forward. Oh, that was a really, really cheeky charge.
Yeah, catch it at one more onion ring for the road here, getting into the set point for Kikoho.
Kikoho, I mean, everything's coming up Kikoho right now.
Yep. Getting the wall bounce on there one more time. Just making it happen here. Going to get a nice little, a little over 4.1K. Very nice here. Going to get the follow-up. Going to continue on that here. See that not happening. Goes in, hits low here.
Yes, I'm going to get this launcher. Did build up the bar magic circuit. Going to go ahead and use it for that hard knockdown. Re-jump comes out. The blood heat. Kikoho backdashed out of it, so they're not going to take... Yeah, they're not even going to take damage. Closes it out with a perfect... Said, thank you very much, I'm done.
You know, that's something I've been seeing a lot more, especially lately from both